Okay, is the screen visible
No, ma'am.
No,
now?
ma'am.
Now,
Yes,
presentation is
ma'am.
visible?
Yeah,
Okay.
it just
Yes, ma'am.
started.
Okay, so we have come to the last part of this AGV, that is analysis of material transport system. Talking about the analysis of material transport system, your analysis of vehicle based system, you will have these few things to be taken into consideration whenever you analyze a vehicle based system or the AGVs. First is you have to understand what is this from to chart and what is a network diagram. So, as I said, AGVs are material handling systems which are going to move parts from one location to other location. That location may be a loading station or an unloading station, um, or some storage unit. Okay, so basically, AGV is going to move from one second. Huh? Okay, so basically, AGVs will be moving the parts from somewhere to somewhere. So there is this from to chart which you have to understand, and any problem statement that is given will demand you to write the from to chart. And then there is this network diagram. Network diagram is something similar to the precedence diagram that we have drawn. Okay, similar to it. Of course, precedence diagram is different and network diagram not very different. They are working on the same principles, but that is also what you have to draw here. You have to show how the part moves from one station to other station. What is the link? What is the pathway that it has to follow? So that is important. And next is you have set of equations, and based on those equations you have to find out whatever is asked in the problem statement. So here you can see this charting techniques in material handling, that is the from to chart. So here you can see a table, a chart which you have to draw in order to solve the problem. A from to chart which is showing the flow rates, that is load per hour by travel distance. So here you can see this is 9 by 50. That means 9 is the load per hour by 50. 50 is the distance traveled. Okay, so from where? From location 1 2 3 4 5. So 5 locations, and 5 locations here also, right? So from location 1 to location 1. So if you see the movement from 1 to 1, there is nothing. From 1 to 2, yes, there is some part that is moved from 1 to 2. The distance traveled is around 50 meters. And what is the load per hour? It is 9. Like that, you have to read whatever data is given, and based on that data, you will have to draw this from to chart. So when we'll discuss a problem, you will understand this better. But you should know that from to chart is very important in the analysis part. If you can analyze from here, if you see this 3 in this line, 0 indicates that there is no movement from that station to that station. So if you can see from station 3, there is nothing moving to station 2. Whereas from 3 to 4, yes, there is something. There is from 3 to 5, there is some movement. So based on that, you can draw these flow diagram, the flow chart that is there. Not the flow chart, the flow diagram or network diagram. So this is showing the material delivery between the load and the unload station. Can you please unmute, mute yourself, whoever has unmuted. Okay. So these nodes that you see indicate the stations. You have station 1. So from here also you can see from 1 to 1 there is nothing. From 1 to 2 there is a movement. So this is station 1. 1 to 2 there is a movement that is happening with the load per hour as 9 and the distance is 50 meters. Like that, from 2 to 3 is there anything? No. From 2 to 3 there is no movement. 2 to 4 there is nothing. 2 to 5, yes, there is. So like this, with the help of this chart, you can draw a network diagram or a flow diagram. Okay, so this is what is required, and then you should know these equations. So y'all can just note down these important equations, and here also it's simple. You just have to understand all the terminologies correctly. You have to understand what is asked, which equation has to be used, and what answer they require, and those proper units you have to give the answers. So mathematical equations, they can be developed to describe the operations of vehicle based material transport system. It is assumed that the vehicle moves at a constant velocity throughout its operation, and that effects of acceleration, deceleration, and other speed differences are ignored. So whenever we talk about a vehicle, of course, there is speed involved, right? Either it's moving very fast, it's moving very slow. But when we talk about AGVs and when we are trying to analyze them, speed is ignored. We assume that all the vehicles will be moving with a constant velocity. So the unit for a typical delivery cycle in the operation of a vehicle-based transport system consists of loading at the pickup station, of course. Now, what all will that AGV be doing? It is going to load the part at a typical pickup station, then travel from, uh, the travel time to the drop off station. So it has to pick the part from a station and it has to drop to a certain location or a station. So, what is the time it takes to move up to that station? Next, as it moves to that station, the unloading at that drop off station, it has to unload. And then, after unloading it, an empty travel time of the vehicle between the deliveries. So, the vehicle, it will first load itself with some part, travel to the unload station, unload it, and then move back empty. So, these are the tasks that any AGV will obviously perform um, in a layout or in a plant. So here the total cycle time per delivery per vehicle is given by. So please note down this. The total cycle time per delivery per vehicle is given by this equation. Cycle time, it includes the delivery cycle, or the time to load, loading time. LD is the distance that has been traveled between the load and the unload station. VC, constant velocity, that is the carrier velocity. Unit is meters per minute. TU is what? It is the time to unload at the unload station, that is in minutes. LE is the empty travel. Okay, that is the distance the vehicle travels empty until the start of next delivery cycle. Again, that is measured in meters. And VC again is nothing but the carrier velocity, which is going to be constant. So please note down this equation, that is the total cycle time per delivery per vehicle is given by TL plus LD by VC plus TU plus LE by VC. Hope you all have written down this equation.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, now these are the other equations, important equations here. That is rate of deliveries per cycle, per vehicle. So how much a vehicle is able to perform its task of moving or delivering the parts from one station to another. So the possible time loss include availability, that is portion of total shift time that vehicle is operational and not broken down or being repaired, right? So availability is very important, or the time for which the vehicle is actually available to do the task. Traffic congestions, that is TF, that is blocking, waiting in a queue, etc. Many vehicles TF decreases, the value ranges from 0.85 to 1. So yeah, there are times which will be lost because of traffic. It might have to just wait in the queue because of some blocking, because we have so many traffic control methods in place, in order to protect all the vehicles and the people working around, so such that there are no collisions and all happening. So traffic congestion is also one possible element where the time can be lost. Next is efficiency of manual drivers, if any. If not applicable, then you have to take the efficiency as 1. Only if it is specified to take certain efficiency, you take it whatever is given in the problem statement, or else you can assume it to be 100% and take the value as unity. That is 1. Next is 80. How will you calculate available time? So available time, that is minutes per hour per vehicle. 80, it is given by 60 into A into TF into E, and all these terms are already defined. How will you find the rate of deliveries per vehicle? That is deliveries per hour per vehicle. That is RDV. Rate of deliveries is given by available time upon TC. TC we know how to find it. Available time we just saw how we can find it. It is 60 into A into TF into E. So having known 80 and that is available time and the cycle time, you can find out what is the rate of deliveries per vehicle. So write down these equations. Number of vehicles required. I hope you all have copied down this rate of deliveries per vehicle.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So number of vehicles required. So depending upon the workload that is there, you have to calculate how many vehicles will be actually required in order to complete the task. So here RF, it is specified delivery schedule or the total delivery requirements. That is deliveries per hour per vehicle. WL is the workload. N is the number of vehicles required. So these are the equations. Number of vehicles required can be given by workload upon the available time, or there's one more equation, that is specified delivery schedule or the total delivery requirement upon the delivery rate of per vehicle. So these are the two equations which will help you to find the number of vehicles required. Okay. So these are again the same equations which have been listed again. You have the cycle time equation, you have available time, rate of deliveries per vehicle, work by handling system, that is workload. Yeah, workload equation was not there. It is given by RF into TC, and number of vehicles for workload. So these equations are just summarized again here. Only one equation was missing. You all can note down that workload can be calculated if not given separately. It can be calculated whether as a product of RF into DC. So this is one example. We will quickly see how to solve the problems here. This is a problem statement for the AGV system shown below. One second. Okay, so for the AGV system shown below, the vehicle travels counterclockwise around the loop to deliver loads from load station to the unload station. The loading time at load station is 0.75 minutes. So what is this loading time? It is LE, right? Sorry, TL, not LE, TL, right? Yeah, loading time, TL. So 0.75 minutes is the loading time, and the unloading time at unloading station is 0.50. Unloading time is L, sorry, TU is the unloading time. So TL and TU is given in this. You can just note down those two. TL is given by as a 0.75 minutes, and the unloading station time it is, that is TU, is 0.50 minutes. Determine how many vehicles are required to satisfy demand for this layout if a total load of 40 deliveries per hour must be completed by the AGVs. So what is the demand? What is the required? It is 40 deliveries per hour. For this, how many vehicles are required? You have to tell them. That is, you have to find what is N. What is given here? 40 deliveries per hour is what? It is RF, right? The following performance parameters are given. Vehicle velocity, it is 50 meters per minute, that is VC is given as 50 meters per minute. Availability given as 0.95. The traffic factor, that is TF, it is given as 90%. And operator efficiency here does not apply because the vehicle is not operated by any human being here, it is self operated. So determine travel distance, load and empty, ideal delivery cycle time, number of vehicles required to satisfy the delivery demands. So this is a diagram that has been shown here in the problem statement. So here you can see this is the loading station, this is the unloading station, right? And this vehicle AGV that you see, it will be moving in the counterclockwise direction. So suppose if you consider this is one AGV, it will get loaded here and start moving by the pathway that has been defined, reach the unload station, unload it, and again move back to the load station for its next delivery, right? So here you can see there is something mentioned, this is 20, 20, 55, 40. So what does this specify? This specifies the distance, right? So if I have to first calculate what is um, the yeah, what is LD, that is the total distance during the loading, right? LD, that is the distance the vehicle travels between the load and unload station. So you have to find that. How will you find that? We know that the total length here in between these two ends is 55 meters, but we know that 20 meters is till here. So the vehicle will start moving from this end and it has to reach here. So what will be the distance the vehicle travels from load to unload station? It will be 55 minus 20, that is 35, plus this 40 plus 35. So it is 35 plus 35, 70 plus 40, that is 110. So what will be the total length traveled, that is LD, distance that is that the vehicle moves from the load station to unload station will be 110 meters. How have you calculated it? With the help of all these dimensions which are mentioned here, the distances which are mentioned here, you can calculate that. Next, what will be TE? LE. That is the distance it travels empty. Okay, after the delivery is done or after unloading it. So from unload station to load station until it starts its next delivery, what is the distance traveled? So it will be 20 plus 40 plus 20, that is 80 meters. So these two values also you have got. Now let us find, okay, the first thing is done now. Travel distance, load and empty. So travel distance load is 110 meters and empty is 80 meters. Now you have to find what is the ideal delivery cycle time. That is nothing but TC. We have an equation for TC. Find out what is TC. So here is a given data, that is loading time, unloading time, vehicle speed, availability, traffic factor. LD we have calculated from the figure I just told you how to calculate, and you have LE also, that is 80 meters. And efficiency is given as 100%, or you assume it. Next, you have to find what is the ideal cycle time. You have an equation for TC, and already the load time, the unload time, and the total distance plus the velocity, all of those things are already found, or it is either given. So you should get the ideal cycle time as 5.05 minutes. Are you getting this? Substitute all the values in the equation of TC and get this.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So next, what you have to find? Number of vehicles required to satisfy the delivery demand. So how will you can use any of those equations that are there to find the number of vehicles. You either use a workload upon available time or RF upon RDV, whichever given data is available, you find that. So RF, I suppose, is given to compute workload. You can use RF into TC. We know the TC value is 5.50, and RF, as I said, here it's not mentioned. RF value is 40 deliveries. So you can take RF into TC and find what is workload. Likewise, you can find what is the available time. It is 60 into TF. The availability into TF into the efficiency. This will give you the available time. So workload upon available time will give you the number of vehicles. Have you got this? The final answer is 4 vehicles will be required.
Yes, ma'am. I got something around 3.9 or something. I rounded up to
Yeah.
4.
Yes. So this is how you will be solving the problems. So benefits of AGVs and then applications. So we can stop here. Um, just refer to the textbook, and there are some solved problems in the textbook. You try to solve that problem. One solved problem I just discussed now. There is one more solved problem which is with respect to the flow chart and the from to chart and the network diagram. You can just try solving that. If you'll have any doubts, you all can contact me. uh, and all the best for your test, which is on Monday. So we can stop here. Any doubts?
Ma'am, when will you share this PDF?
I will share the presentation with you now itself. The same slides which are there, I will just share this, and rest of the things you can just refer the textbook. All the content is from the textbook itself.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.